live, guys. I've got Jason McFall with me today,
Hello.
and I've got Peanuts with me today,
Hello.
and I've got Therian L. Knight is with me today.
Hi, everyone.
And and we might have Floyd or Tina join us in a little bit. But what we're going to talk about today is just personal experiences and just all things supernatural, that we might have experienced ourselves, or even stories that we might have been told, growing up or things like that. So buckle up. It's probably going to be a bumpy ride, you guys. And let's say Son of Yahweh's in the chat right now, and Long Reach One. Hi, Dez. Thanks for coming, you guys. So anyway, who wants to go first and tell me about their story? Paul's here. Hi, Paul. Anybody?
Of course, Paul Johnstone's here. We got the Nayakist. Chloe just popped in all of a
Hi,
sudden.
Chloe. Hi, Naikas. You guys, and we're fixing to talk about all things supernatural, and regardless if it's ghost stories or demon or things that we've experienced in our lives, or maybe even things we've heard others in our family talk about. So, like I said, buckle up, guys. All right, who wants to go first? You want me to initiate this?
Yeah, go first, honey.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your stream.
Well, for me, it all started out when I was about 5 years old. The first time I ever experienced anything, my mama and I were laying on the couch together watching a movie, and I looked up, and my mom looked up, and mind you, my mother wasn't smoking, so there was no smoke in the house. This smoky thing just come like floating through the house like this, and it went like from our kitchen into like the spare bedroom. And I looked at my mom, and my mom looked at me, and I was like, "Mom, did you see that?" And she was like, "Yeah, I didn't think you saw it." And I was like, "Yeah, what was it?" And my mom was just kind of freaked out about it. And so the next day when I woke up, my mom had literally aluminum foil crosses on all the doors and windows. And that very night, my mom's best friend, Frances, lived right next door to her. So my mom's best friend tells her the morning after that, she's like, "Guess what? I woke up in the middle, and like at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I could smell coffee going." And she said, "So I thought my husband had made coffee." And so she got up, and her girls were still sleeping, and something had literally turned on her coffee pot and was making coffee. And she saw that same ghostly looking apparition float through her house and out the front door. And the next day she had aluminum foil crosses on all her windows and doors as well. And that's a tame story there, but that's the first one I ever remember. And after that, I remember my great grandmother passed away, and we had went to California at Westminster, and we were living in her house. And after she passed away, a silhouette that looked just like her appeared on the wall next to her side of the bed. And my Uncle Edward, who was like only about 4 years older than me, who loved our great grandma, he used to come over and spend the night, and he would sleep in her bed. And when he would lay down in her bed, an indentation would literally go into the mattress where it looked like she was laying there right beside him. And the whole time I was in that house, I just always had the hair stand up on my arms. And I stayed really sick as well. I would get really high fevers, and I would like walk in my sleep and like bump into walls and stuff. And I recall back that long ago when those kind of things would happen. When I would wake up, because I would literally be walking in my sleep, and I would wake up when I bump into walls and stuff. When I was sleeping, I would have people who I didn't know holding me by my hand, guiding me around. And they would literally like guide me into walls, or at the front, I'd be at the front door, unlocking the door, trying to get out. I have a chair pushed there because the lock was up high, and I would literally wake up as I'm about to fall out the door. I remember those kind of things happening all the way back when I was that young.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've got a bunch more, but let somebody else go.
Yeah, well, my grandma was going through her cancer treatments and stuff. My grandpa was in a nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, despite the fact he was still alive in a nursing home, there would be an indentation in the bed next to my grandma where he was laying. And when we would go visit my grandpa, he would be able to tell us every single thing that went on in that house, even though he was 30 miles away. It had Parkinson's. It was weird. Really weird.
Well, my mom, she's always had really strong abilities, as well. I mean, for one instance, this is kind of funny to me. When I was about 18, my mother, she was out of work, and she was having a really hard time. She didn't have a vehicle at the time, and she counted on my grandpa and my grandma, to let her use their vehicle so she could get around. I mean, she was literally on food stamps at the time. And anybody who's ever had to be on food stamps knows how hungry you are when it's time for them to come, because they don't give you enough to last 3 weeks. So my mother, she was waiting on the mail to come, and the mail finally came, and she got her little food stamps or whatever. And she kept trying to call my nanny and papa's house, and the phone was busy. She tried for like 2 hours straight. And when my papa would get on the phone talking to his sisters, man, he'd be on there for hours on end. And he had gotten a new phone, and it was like the little telephones like this, and they had the great big huge blocks on them where you push the button to dial. And for some reason, my grandpa wasn't used to those kind of phones, so when he would go to hang up, it would always be askew, a skewer. It wouldn't be on the hook properly, so it would say, the line would be off the hook. Well, my mother, she just kept calling back to back to back, and I remember sitting there watching her, and she was so frustrated. And my mother goes, "Damn it, ring!" And my papa literally told us he'd watch the phone jump on the hook and start ringing. Then my mom literally made the phone jump on the hook and start ringing. Yeah. But and my mom, she's had instances also where she like astral projects. I mean, and she's a God-fearing, Jesus lover, speaks in tongues and everything. She's a good lady, but because a lot of people think astral projection is demonic or whatever, but it's not. I don't believe it is. I think powers can be good or evil. They're God-given gifts.
Isn't it like, I think like some people think like that ghosts can only be like demonic spirits, but there's other people think that there's a differentiation. I'm not saying I know either way, but like just making conversation. That some people think that like there are different kinds of spiritual entities. Like one could be a ghost of like a dead soul, or the other one could be a demon or some other kind of spiritual entity. So where do you guys fall on that? Do you think that all ghosts are demons or devils or whatever? Or
No.
I don't think demons appear to people as ghosts. Demons are disembodied spirits of the giants, and they're looking to basically possess one's body because they don't have a body. But I just kind of feel like demons and ghosts are different. They're different. Now, I could be wrong. I'm no expert on this. This is just my own opinion. A lot of people say that to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord. Amen. But we don't know what exactly happens during the transition after death. Who are we to say that people don't get lost in between? Or people don't, like if they have a tragedy occur, that they're not aware that they're even dead. We don't know this stuff.
Have you ever like looked into the Bible to try to search for clues about what happens in the afterlife? So I've heard other people say that like when you're dead, you're like asleep. You don't even are not aware of anything until like until the judgment day comes, and then everyone's going to wake up.
I can give you scripture
that's not true.
I can give you scripture and prove to you where it shows that the dead are aware. The dead are in the ground and they are aware of what's going on. Literally.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying what's true or not true. I'm just postulating, a question. But if you don't mind, let's bust out that scripture. Let's hear what it says.
Okay. All right. I've got it written in 2 or 3 places. So y'all go ahead and talk and let me get it for you. And I've got actually, I think 4 or 5 different scriptures that tell you the same thing. They're in. Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back. I'm going to get that.
I can tell you from one of the death experiences I've had, it's like you do leave your body and you're aware of what's going on.
Yeah, you do. You know exactly what's going on.
And that's from the attempts I took where I was like missing for 2 days at sea.
So you had an out of body experience there, Jan?
Yeah, basically, you tried to commit suicide by drowning and ODing at the same time. And woke up 2 days later on a beach 8 miles away from where I jumped in the water. Covered in shit, bits of like seaweed, pants I've been wearing were like ripped. And I only had one boot on, which was odd because they're the ones, you know, where they come up fully to the knee, the combat boots.
Well, I guess being an out of body experience is sort of like being a ghost, I guess. But I guess you're still kind of like tethered to the physical world, though, right? Because
Yeah.
like,
That's how everything I've ever read on near death works. In pretty much the same way you're describing. Me, I've died twice. And I knew exactly what was going on. I was in the room. I watched the doctors working on me the one time. The other time, the paramedics were working on me. And both times, I'm looking going down going, this is not good.
Yeah, main thing I want to just make sure everyone's aware is that I'm not an expert on death or the afterlife or anything like that. I'm merely just adding to the conversation because I really don't feel comfortable in pretending I'm an expert on any of this stuff.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, I'm not either. Despite the fact I've died twice, Therion's not an expert even though he's died once.
Well, I've died more than once. But I'm no expert. I just want sweet release.
So,
No,
Therion,
nobody's expert.
when you died, what happened? What did you see? What did you experience?
First of it was like nothing, it was black. Then it was like seeing me surroundings, it's like seeing my body floating around in the sea. And I was like trying to move away from it as far as possible.
So you're trying to move away from the sea, like it was like drowning you or something.
Yeah, it was like being pushed out of my body, seeing my body like it's like there's a body in front of you, but with your face.
Weird. So it was like a spiritual sea or like the physical ocean?
Like physical sea, like the Irish Sea.
Oh, like the Irish Sea. Okay, interesting. So was your carnal body physically in the ocean?
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha. So like you were drowning at the time. That's what it was.
yeah.
Oh, okay. And so you were aware that your physical body was in the sea, but your spiritual body was leaving it or something.
Yeah. It was
So
like floating upwards away from your body.
interesting.
But I could only get so far away from it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Like I've heard people say, because I don't know from personal experience, but like it's like there's like a tether or something, like an umbilical cord or something that ties you to the physical body, I guess. Right? Is that how it is, or is it different?
Yeah, that's what it was like.
Yeah, pretty much. Until the physical body is completely gone, you are permanently attached to it. Otherwise, we'd be jumping bodies left and right. I mean, we'd be detaching ourselves from this one and going to another one. It'd be chaos. Interesting thought, but no, not a good thing. Now, until your body's completely gone and your brain is completely for history, which, according to science, is about 7.5 minutes after all oxygen stops entering the body. Excuse me. Your spirit is attached. After that 7.5 minute period, you're dead, not coming back. Your spirit's now free to do whatever it feels like, which is go to heaven or get punished, get sent to hell, or in some cases get stuck on earth, which is where all our little ghost stories come from, like the house I'm in now. the woman that used to live here passed away. She didn't go to heaven. She didn't go to hell. She stayed here because she loves a roommate so much. She trapped herself. I'll be in the kitchen cooking, and all of a sudden, there she is. I can feel her presence. I'm getting ready to do something, and she'll actually give me a signal that I can feel deep within. It says, no, don't do that. It's weird. It's really hard to describe, too. But yeah, you are definitely tethered to your body until it is completely dead. After that, But like I said, I'm no expert. Don't claim to be, don't want to be, because that means I'd actually be dead.
Okay, I'm going to say 3 colours, and I want one of you to pick one at random.
Oh, picking numbers? Is that what you said, Theron?
I'm going to say 3 colours, and I want you to pick one at random.
All right.
Blue,
So
green, or yellow.
Blue.
Okay.
Because one blew this way, one blew that way.
Yeah.
Right. Or because you got the blues, right?
No, I'm just
Nike
thinking
is-
what colour do I want my beard?
Huh?
You'll see in a minute.
Dun, 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 dun. Why, are you going to reveal something?
Yeah, he's going to reveal.
Yeah, I'm putting on
He's
a
got the
happy face.
rhythm, and I've got the blues. Yeah.
Plus, this stuff works as great beard wax.
Lions just can't make up her mind between red and yellow.
Therian. He's putting on, I don't know what kind of clown face he's putting on, but I know he's putting on clown face.
Oh, it's blue, huh? You have a blue clown. A sad
Uh-huh.
clown.
No, I need a beard.
Okay. I tried to
So
find
you-
my own personal notes, and I can't find the notebook, so I'm looking at it.
Find any scripture, honey? Yeah.
I'm still looking. I tried to find I have a notebook where I have these notes written down where it shows there's like 4 or 5 scriptures where it shows the dead are actually aware. I mean, because they're in the ground and they're saying, "How long, Lord? How long?" until they get lifted up. And yeah, but I'm looking online to find them because it'd be quicker than me trying to find it in my notebooks. But that was a new revelation for me whenever I had learned about the dead being aware in the ground, because I actually thought the same thing, Peanut. I thought that we would basically go to sleep when we die until the resurrection, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
And,
really have an opinion on it, honestly, because I haven't really studied it. I just know that, like, just from talking to other people, they've had different theories on it. So that's
Yeah,
kind of why I'm always like curious to see, like, what the Bible has to say about it. You know, just out of
Yes,
curiosity.
yes.
I don't know either way.
Well, I'm going to find it if it kills me, and I'm going to point that out because you know me, I'm a researcher, and but I've got about 15 notebooks that I've got all this stuff written down in, and normally I ask the Lord just to show it to me, and He reveals it to me right away. So we're going to do this right now, the same. I'm going to ask Him to reveal that to me in Scripture, and it'll come.
If you build it, they will come.
Right. Hang on a second, my husband's home. Hang on.
Holding.
Thank you for your call. An agent will be with you in 1.8 minutes. Please continue to hold for our next available representative. That's horrible. I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. What is it? That was actually the worst gig I ever had. I was doing voice acting for a telemarketing firm that had hold music for whenever you called in.
All right. That was my husband hollering at me. My daughter was trying to call me and she's like, Mom, don't ever answer the phone. I'm like, I'm busy right now. My husband's like, she's on the computer like always. She doesn't have time for you. Aren't they lovely? Okay.
Oh, shoot. I get home and everybody's going, wait, you're sitting out in the living room watching TV with us for a while? Why aren't you getting on the computer?
I don't feel like it today. Maybe I just want to sit back and relax, lean back against this recliner and just fall asleep while my ass is on the floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where the dead are aware. All I'm seeing so far is Ecclesiastes. Then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. See, that's another point right there in Ecclesiastes, where when people say that they sold their soul to the devil, that's one more way of proving your soul does not belong to you. You personally cannot sell your soul to anyone. You cannot sell your soul to the devil because you are part of the source. He owns your soul, and only he will decide what happens with your soul.
Yeah, and he's basically already decided before you were even alive.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you read that scripture again, honey?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me come back up here. It says, then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. That's Ecclesiastes 12:7. The body turns to dust again, and the spirit goes back to God who gave it. The spirit of every person who dies, whether saved or unsaved, returns to God at death. Yeah.
Seems a little inconclusive on ghosts, though.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Well, what I'm trying to find is where it proves that you're aware when you're in the grave, because a lot of people do believe that you are asleep in the grave. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna find. Anyway, let's just move on, and I'll make sure I find that peanut. I promise, because I'm not going to tell you something without it being backed.
Yeah, it's all good. Either way, just curious.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure to find it though. Believe me, now you got me looking for it. I'm not going to be happy till I find it. Okay, so
Where is Gorgon when we need him?
right. Yeah, you're right.
He had that stuff in the chat like immediately. He had like 13 or 14 scriptures right there going, gotcha.
Here's another one. All who are in the graves will hear his voice and come forth. See? If you're it says they're in the grave and they'll hear his voice and come forth, and that's John 5:28 and 29.
Yeah, but that could be like for the awakening though, when it's like,
Yeah.
you know what, it's time to wake up and, you know, smell the coffee. We're going to heaven and whatever in judgment.
Yep. If I wait, the grave is mine. Okay. For David did not ascend into the heavens.
I think what you're looking for is in Revelations.
I don't think it's Revelations actually. I want to say I'm thinking Thessalonians, but I'm not real sure. But I will find it. Oh man. Hang on a minute, guys. This is crazy.
Oh, by the way, Stay Strong channel says hello too.
Hello.
Hello.
Come on, get in here. Come on, Fred. I swear.
Chloe, Ashley.
I like to do my live stream real late at night because then I don't have people up walking around bugging me, interrupting me every 5 seconds. Okay. So back to what I was saying. All right. More stories. How about more stories?
Very well.
Before that-
Good story.
Before that, I've got something to say.
Okay.
Do 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 do.
Here he comes. Oh God. Only on my stream. Okay. Here we go. Right here. But can't the dead communicate with the living, and aren't they aware of what the living are doing? Man lies down and does not rise. For the heavens are no more. They will not awake nor be roused from their sleep. His sons come to honor, and he does not know it. They brought low. He does not perceive it. That's Job 14:12. Nevermore they will have a share in anything done under the sun. The dead contact. It says here the dead cannot contact the living, nor do they know what the living are doing. They are dead. Their thoughts have perished. And that's in Psalm. So that's kind of contradictory to the verses I have. 146:4, and that's King James Version.
See what I mean? I mean, there's different outlooks on it. So
Yeah. Yep. And here it says Jesus called the unconscious state of the dead sleep in John 11:11. How long will they sleep? Man lies down and does not rise. Okay. Yeah. It may be the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament as well, because you know I kind of contradict each other sometimes. You know, but I know that I was given like 4 different places biblically where it shows that they're aware while they're in the ground, and that kind of freaked me out because I'd never heard that before. That's why I made sure to make a note of it. Okay, so Therian, what you were making the clown noises?
Yeah, I'm on camera now.
No, you're not. All I see is a big black square.
I can't see you. Yeah, it's just black.
You gotta turn
he's,
the right camera on.
he's a very dark clown. It's like
He
it,
broke the camera. It's so scary. He broke the camera.
right? Exactly. He's a clown ghost from the dark.
Those clowns. Woo.
I think that would be the right time to make the Juggalo Insane Clown Posse reference.
Oh, wow. Looky here, guys. A solemn warning. It says, in the near future, Satan again will use sorcery, as he did in the prophet Daniel's day, to deceive the world. Sorcery is a supernatural agency that claims to receive its power and wisdom from the spirits of the dead.
From the spirits
Mhm.
of the dead.
There you go.
Say it one more time. Let me hear you.
Okay. Darren, you're going to.
Huh?
What is it?
Okay. And then, so like from the age of, from about the age of 7, 19, 19, yeah, I was 19 or 20. I lived in an apartment with my babies. That was after my first husband died. And I didn't know whenever I had moved in the apartment, it was like housing, Section 8. I paid like $31 a month, all bills paid. Wasn't that nice? But anyway, this little boy had
That would be nice.
contracted a really bad fever. Yeah, he died in the apartment that I lived in. And I would always come around the corner in the kitchen and see a little boy sitting in the floor. And it freaked me out, from time to time. It happened quite often. Oh, before that happened, I have a story in California too. But my little sister had come to my apartment, and she was literally sitting on the floor rolling the ball. And she was rolling the ball into nothing, and the ball was rolling back to her. My mother and I watched my little sister playing ball with a ghost. Yeah. And she was like laughing.
Spooky.
Yeah. Okay. So after my first husband died, my mother and my brother and my sister's 16 years younger than me. She's just a year older than my oldest son. My mother, my brother's 8 years younger than me. And me and my 2 kids, we all moved to California briefly. And we moved into this 3-story Victorian home that was, it was like a monument. It had been around for so long. And first of all, we were told that the owner of the place in Riverside, California, mind you, right in the middle of Nutville, the owner of the place had remodeled it and restored it back to its old glory, and it was really beautiful. And he told us that an elephant had literally trampled a woman to death on the front porch that got loose from a parade that we're having. The lady literally was trampled to death on the front porch. Yeah. Okay. And upstairs, okay, folks. Okay, because it was 3 stories. Okay, I lived in the attic, all the way at the top of the house, and then my kids were in the maid's quarters. The attic had been restored as well. And then on the second floor is where my mother and my brother and my sister were. And on the bottom floor, like we had a stairway that went to nothing. You know, the stairs were just completely shut off because the downstairs was an apartment where a whole bunch of Vietnamese people lived. They had like 15 kids. But anyway, when we moved into the house on the second floor, a man had died, literally had died right before we moved in. And he laid there for like 2 months before anybody found him. And the acids from his body literally melted into the wood floor. And they couldn't get that, you know, to come up at all. So you could literally see the silhouette of this dead man laying in our kitchen floor, our living room floor. And one time, my little sister was sitting there laughing and cutting up again. My little sister, she's weird too. She sees ghosts and stuff. But she kept talking about the man, the funny man, the silly man. You know, it was like messing with her in the bathroom or peeping around the corner at her. And my mom just thought she was crazy, whatever. And my little brother was using the bathroom. He had his own private bathroom. And this man was literally floating, laughing at him, looking in the bathroom window, which is 2 floors up. And my brother freaked out so bad he wouldn't even use that bathroom anymore because the guy was floating in the air staring at him in the bathroom. And then right there where that staircase was, we had like this door, and it was so old. It was an original door. And when you would open it to go out to a balcony, it would drag on the floor, and it was really hard to get it to open, right? Well, one time it was so hot, you know, in the middle of, you know, we didn't have any air conditioning or nothing. So I had stepped out on the balcony to get some air for a minute. And that door slammed. I mean, bam, it slammed shut so hard. And the glass in the window literally cracked. And I was locked out on that balcony. And I just remember being so freaking terrified. I mean, just terrified, just terror, just beating on that door, trying to get my mother to let me back in. I don't know why I felt such terror, but I mean, I really felt threatened. It felt really icky. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't too much longer after that we moved. Thank God. But that was a freaky neighborhood in itself, because we had like halfway house for ex-convicts. Then we had like a halfway house for people that were insane. Like we had this one man who thought he was Jesus, and he wore the robe and the whole get out. Every day he would come down the street, and you would see him blessing the trees, blessing the bushes, blessing the the sidewalk. He would just like bless everything. And then he would like people when people were trying to cross the crosswalk, you know, at the light, he would literally chase them, you know. Poor people. I mean, I saw so many people just so paranoid, you know, running from that crazy man. But we know we didn't have to leave the house to be entertained. All we had to do was sit in the window. It was full entertainment.
Right? It's like a natural TV set, huh?
Absolutely.
He'd be blessing everything, huh?
He did. He was crazy, man. But he chased all the people at the red light, you know, waiting to go across the street. And he'd be cussing and screaming at him and chasing them. It was just so freaky. I was always just scared that he would even see me, you know. If he looked my way, I would hide behind the curtains because I didn't even want him to see me watching him, you know. He scared me that bad.
Boy, you've got your own neighborhood. Me, I got to go to Walmart to see crap like that.
Then another thing. Okay, 20 years ago, we moved up here to the town I live in now.
Where's that?
And this whole entire place is just got haints. I mean, I guess it's due to the history. I don't know. The first house we moved in, it was out on a huge cow pasture. And, you know, about twice a week, we would hear horses just running, fast-paced running. There weren't any horses out there.
Hey, honey, and Therion's waiting backstage, too.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me see if I can get him. Yeah, I see him. Let me get him in here. Get the right mouse going.
He had his makeup on. Did you see his makeup? Looked pretty cool earlier.
Yeah.
There he goes. He's got his mask on.
All right, we've got Schizo the Clown. We've got Schizo the Clown.
Uh-huh. Cool. With the blue paint. Right on. What's up, Therion?
Yay.
Woohoo.
How's it going?
So you're going from being a clown to a jester? Are you a jester? You look like a jester.
He's one of the blue men.
The Joker. Hey, you did a good job, though. Look at the camera.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks like blue light paint. Like it would like shine in a blue light.
Yeah.
Blacklight, yeah.
Yes, right. I mean, blacklight.
Yeah, that's cool.
We knew what you meant.
There.
Yeah,
Right.
now I've got to find the axe, and then it's like to see what the neighbours think of the makeup.
Hey, that's an improvement, buddy.
It's the British version of the Insane Clown Posse.
I wish I could keep when I put my makeup on. I still look the same. Oh my
You're
goodness.
beautiful no matter what.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. 2 or 3 times a week, we would hear horses just trampling across, the property. You could literally feel the house vibrating. We go outside and watch, and you could literally see ghostly apparitions of Indians on horses that were see-through, and they were being chased by some kind of Confederate, some kind of soldiers. Literally, they were all see-through. That was pretty creepy. And that place, lightning and thunder, it was so terrible. I mean, there would be strikes all around us. There's no way anybody could be outside.
Top hat. That's what I'm talking about. Now you use a monocle, right?
There you go. Yeah. That's my favorite one. That's like the one I was just fixing to buy, but a little miniature one.
You know what else you need, Honey Ann? Therion needs like a little marijuana leaf that like it squirts water at people, huh?
He doesn't need the fake one. He got the real stuff.
Now that you said that, he's going to dig one out.
All right.
And
So
oil.
I'm getting a straw from your coffee.
All right, y'all. The second property I moved to after that one, we kept seeing these smoke like being that would just like float through the house, and it would literally make the hair stand up on your arms. And that happened probably for about a month, and my kids were seeing it too, and we were all freaking out over it. I blessed the house, and my dog started barking and growling at nothing. I mean, I couldn't even see it. I don't think it was a ghost. I think it was demonic,
Maybe.
And one night my husband heard what sounded like somebody walking around in the house, and nobody was there that night. All the kids were gone. It was just he and I there. And so he got up. Well, first of all, I got up and I went to get something to drink in the refrigerator. It was pitch black everywhere. And I saw that thing floating, just like floating. And I went back and got in the bed. It scared the crap out of me. I had covers all the way up to my nose. And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I told him, I seen that. And so he got up to go look. And the next thing I know, I hear him going, "Hey, hey, hey." I heard his voice like that. And so I got up to go see what was going on. And my husband was literally floating like 2 feet above the ground. And that thing had him by his throat. And
Damn.
I started rebuking it in Jesus' name. And he and I both started praying and rebuking it. And it shot out the window, the kitchen window. And
Yeah, that's good.
I'll tell you what, I found out that right across the street from where we live, whenever they would bring the slaves up through Jefferson Parish in Louisiana, they'd take them to Jefferson, Texas, and then they'd bring them right up here to Terrell, and that's where the slaves were sold, and a lot of them were murdered over there too.
Damn.
So, yeah, people from town here told me that place was haunted.
So they were just dying to get in there, huh?
I guess so. I I blessed the house again, and sent it out. Opened the window and told it had to leave. And right after that, my neighbors, my landlords, they were all fighting with each other and at each other's throats. And I had found out after that literally the son had seen the same apparition floating around in his house. Yeah.
So you guys both saw the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of corroborates it. Like at least it wasn't just you. There's more people that saw the same thing.
Yeah. And okay, so after that, we moved into another house where a friend of my husband's, he had done like a garage conversion. He had a brick house, and the brick house was connected to the garage. Well, he let us rent his house. He worked nights. I mean, he worked days, excuse me. So he worked nights, so he would sleep in the daytime and go to work at night. So we never even knew he was there. But it was like a husband and a wife. They were like farmers, and every morning at 4 a.m. you'd see the old woman come in our bedroom, and she'd look down and right at my husband in the face, like she was waking her husband up. That happened the whole time we lived there for like 3 years. Every morning the woman walked into our bedroom. She had on an old stationary long dress. Yeah, that was kind of freaky. And then we moved out to Hunt County, and that's where we had the worst of stuff going on because there were a lot of practicing witches out there and devil worshippers. And we had like 37 acres, and it was like a wildlife preserve. And people would go out there and worship the devil and stuff. And it was real yikes. It was real freaky. And then plus the Tawakoni Indians had cursed the whole land over there because of the white people coming in and taking their land from them. And you could literally look up in the sky and see Indians in the clouds with tomahawks. It was the freakiest thing I've ever seen. Apparitions of Indians in the sky. But
well, you do live in the part of the country where the American Indian Wars were the heaviest, the hardest, and the most violent.
yeah, well, let me tell you about this place, okay? We had it was called Pecan Valley. It was hundreds and hundreds of pecan trees. And we had pecan trees that would grow like straight up, and then they would bend and make like a chair you could sit on, and then they would go back up. And then the leaves would branch out everywhere. I mean, right there by my house, it was always night, even in the daytime, because there were so many trees blanketing the land. And any given time, right at dusk, you could go out there and you'd see these little creatures, these little beings with little lights, and they'd be flying. I mean, they weren't lightning bugs, I promise, because they were bigger. They were bigger than a huge moth, but they would fly around. But if you went out there after dusk, you would literally get bit on your ankles and your arms. They would bite and leave teeth marks. And there's like one piece of land that has like a hump on it, and you go over the hump, and then we had a garden planted there, and you couldn't go over that hump after dusk either, because they literally would attack you and bite you. And believe me, I wish I had a family member here who could back me and tell you guys this. I mean, they were everywhere. I don't know what they were. Were they fairies? I don't know. I don't want to say they're fairies. You'd probably think I'm nuts, but they were there. Okay. And then in that house, I kept seeing this demonic thing, and it would cause everybody in the house to fight. I mean, constantly people were at each other's throats, and I kept seeing it. It would stay in my den behind this one recliner in the corner, and I kept saying, "There's something in this house. I can feel it. It doesn't feel right here." And I kept rebuking it and trying to make it leave, and I wasn't strong enough. I don't guess I couldn't make it get out. And my mom and my sister came to visit. Lo and behold, and my sister told me, "I see a wolf man right there in the corner." And I had already told my mother about this, and because it had the face of a wolf, literally like a wolf man. And my little sister, she didn't know about it, and I told my sister to draw me a picture. And she drew me a depiction exactly of what I had seen, exactly. And after she did that, my mother and my sister and I opened up the window, and we started rebuking it and saying scripture to it and telling it had to get out. And it literally, we watched it whoosh, whoosh, and went out the window. And, when it went out the window, my horses all started turning up and going crazy. And my horses literally chased it all the way to the road. Mm-hmm.
We're sorry, honey, but it is so hard to be serious and talk about anything serious while we got there on clowning around.
Well, I wasn't
Right.
I was trying to get through that story because it was pretty traumatic for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is like three hours making me laugh.
Yeah, that's my clown posse.
Right.
Ain't no posse like a good clown posse, hey?
Got that right.
Yeah. Okay, and now today, currently where I live, okay, well, I forgot about telling you when I lived in Kaufman. When I lived in Kaufman, there was literally like two portals in my roof, and you could see things coming down from the dining room, and you'd see them going back up in my closet. I mean, it was the strangest thing. It was like a freaking for the dead. I don't know. But you could literally see them coming down out of my ceiling. And my husband saw that as well. He could back me on that. And one time I was sitting at the dining room table, and I literally, at my island in the kitchen, I literally looked like into another dimension. There was an old man and a lady and a little boy in overalls sitting at the island, and they were sitting around talking. And I'm sitting there staring at them, freaking out, thinking, oh my God, I'm not on drugs. What am I seeing? This is like a drug trip. And, they literally turned and looked at me, and they could see me as well. They could see me. And these people weren't see-through. They were sitting at my island.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah. Okay. Now, right here where I live, I've got portals. And first of all, let me tell you that there's some kind of a spirit as well that lights up at nighttime. It goes in my barn. It turns up my stereo full blast. And I wake up the next morning, and my horses' manes and tails are braided. And I live way out in the country. Nobody's coming on my property and going in my barn and braiding my horses' manes and tails. I'm saying the horses scream. and you can hear all kind of commotion going on, them kicking in their stables. Go out there the next morning, they've got braided manes and tails.
Wow.
So I don't know what that's all about. But now let's get to current. Right now, what's happening? First of all, ever since this Mandela effect thing has happened, 3 different times I've been laying here in my bed and I saw like a wave come over the air. I mean, it's darker than night. It's so dark in my bedroom. And all of a sudden, whatever's darker than the dark, it's like waves of water. It just goes boom, 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 boom. And I'll hear it. I hear that loud noise and it'll just come over and hit me. Boom. And then that's when we have a reality shift. Something changes, you know, things just change and people around me change. And it's freaky and it's scary, but you know, I'm here, you know, still living it. And let's see. Also, I can hear voices in the top of my roof, in the living room, and I don't know what it is. Some people said it maybe I'm a targeted individual. I don't know, but I've had Therian on the phone with me, and Therian can vouch for this. You can ask him. I've literally held the phone to the ceiling, and he can hear it as well. Therian, tell him.
Yeah, that's not like the TI technology they've got. If it was the TI technology, you wouldn't be able to hear it through like a microphone because they'll be using voice to skull.
Okay. But, you know, I go outside and it's dead silent, people. I'm in the country. There's no noise outside. I have no radio on, no TV on. It's me home alone. So what is this voices and music and stuff coming from my ceiling? You know?
That makes no sense.
Okay. Now, I've had Therian. I've had
There's something else in your house that's probably been there since before you were born.
I don't know. Okay. I've had Therian. I've had Tina God's Love. This used to be my car garage, by the way. This was my 2-car garage, if you recall. My house burned down. So I did a garage conversion. So this was just a garage, you know. But, okay, I've had Therian, Tina God's Love, and Floyd all chatting with me. And I did it on purpose. I went outside when it was dark. I turned the camera so they could see right here where the 5G towers are. There's these light beings that look like these lights up in the sky that everybody's talking about, the twinkle and all that. And they've literally watched them blink into reality where there's nothing there. And then poof, they come into reality. And every time they're popping in here in the west and they're heading east. I don't know what they are, but there's dozens and dozens of them. It happens every night. And so, Therian, you can vouch for me.
Yeah. It's usually where you've got those 2 5G towers. Mm-hmm. Like when you've put the camera outside, that's usually where you get the most weirdness.
Yep. But tell them about the lights that pop into reality.
Yeah, it's like orbs flying in, but they're moving around like spaceships. Then they get so far and just like vanish.
Well, those are the ones that don't drive enough
energy.
power. Some of them, when they pop in, because there's nothing there, and then they blink in, and it's just boom, they pop. And some of them, they'll get enough power, and they get real, real bright, and then they go up high in the sky and head to the east. Other ones, they just burn out because they don't drive enough power. So I don't know what they are. And my husband the other night was out in the back, and he saw them. That they made like a cloud of smoke right above the tree line, and they were like hovering right there above the trees. And like shining lights down into the ground from the trees. So I've never seen that, but my husband told me about that. And then probably about a month ago, Therian and I were web chatting, and something just told me to go look outside for a minute. I don't know why. I just got up and went and opened up the front door, and tell him what we saw, Therian.
Yeah, it was like looking at shadow people, but they weren't like the normal shadow people. It was like looking at like a cloud of smoke moving in the shape of a person.
Yeah. And for me, I saw one big one that looked like Snuffleupagus. Literally looked like Mr. Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. It was like 3D.
I could see it through the camera.
Yep. Then Therian told me, get in the house. So I listened to him because they were scary. They were down at the end of the road here, in the driveway. Therian was like, you need to get in the house. I'm like, okay. So I went in the house and shut the door and didn't look anymore. But they were coming towards me.
Yeah, so if you see stuff like that, you want to get away from it.
Yeah. Literally.
Although it's like normally when I've encountered shadow people in the past, I've not had that luxury of a house to run inside because it's been while I've been hiking. And my luck is it's always when I'm in like the middle of a field,
Yeah.
walking towards trees, and I'll see them on all sides of me.
What?
I'm-
Wait. What? Therian? You see them in like in the middle of the field, like a bunch of spirits and stuff?
Yeah, I've seen like shadow people when I've been hiking.
What are shadow people? What do they do?
They move around. Some of them you can't see the eyes, but some of them, if you see the eyes, it's like they're glowing.
What are
And
they-
they can physically attack you.
Oh, like they can touch you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. So the stories go. I've never been attacked by one.
Yeah. I don't know. They're freaky.
That and they can throw
I've seen,
stuff as well.
I've seen a few things that could be called shadow people, but I myself, I think it's just Jefferson County Sheriff's Department keeping an eye to see what I'm doing.
No, these things are literal like smoke beings. I mean, you can see through them. Yeah.
I spilled my can of water. Dang it.
Have you guys ever heard about like where like a spirit or something can like imitate someone's voice? Like let's say if you're in a room and like this it sounds like somebody you know, but you know
That happens here. That happens here, Peanut.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah,
Everyone look at my screen and look at the smoke. The thickness of it. That's what those people, the texture of them look like.
they look like the smoke.
Yeah, the ones that I've
Trippy.
seen, they literally look like smoke.
Like gin or something.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So are those gin then?
I don't
That
know. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I don't know, but it sure does seem like they are, Peanut. You know?
But they don't grant us wishes or anything though, huh?
No, I don't think they do.
Right.
I wouldn't want any wishes from them anyway. You know?
Right.
You know?
I
Gosh.
can think of a few wishes I'd choose. But
Like what? What would,
selfishness mainly.
right. What would you wish for?
Peace on earth.
Peace on
Oh,
earth.
aren't you precious?
Yeah, as in, I would be the only one on earth.
Or I thought you meant like a piece of earth, like you know, like maybe like a big chunk or something.
That's a one spicy meatball.
Right, yeah, meatball.
No, I'd be like, what I mean is, it's like, they offer you 3 wishes. The first is, I'd like want the planet to myself for a couple of weeks. So I could do some redecorating, then I'd wish everyone back into the existence on the planet after I've made all my changes.
Well, you know,
And then the
Speaking-
third wish would be all the gin to like perish.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So I'd be doing 1 wish to change things, 1 wish to sort of change things back in a way where I'd had the ability to manipulate. Then the last one would be to get rid of the gin, so nothing could be done after that.
What about wishing for more wishes?
Well, yeah. Well, it seems like though, anytime people are granted wishes, there's always something negative that comes with it. No matter how hard they think, you know, no matter what they try to do, you know, there's always something negative that pops in.
You know what I would wish for? I would wish to be here with you guys right now.
There
Tina,
you go.
come
Your
join
wish is being granted.
Right?
Yeah, but just think it's like no matter what you wish for, you're going to get something negative.
I can't hear you.
So if you take the negative into account, say like you wish for peace on earth, everyone vanishes, you're the only person there.
Right. Like Twilight Zone style, huh?
Yeah, you would have to make your second wish to get everyone back.
Right.
Thank
So I'd use that time to go change things, like get all the evil people, like George Soros' mansion, put loads of landmines around it. So the minute they came back into existence, it would be a lot of fun.
Okay, Tina has joined us, guys. Everybody, welcome Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Good
Hey,
night.
Tina.
Our stream last night, and boy, it time flew.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
you guys, right now I'm trying to find a video showing these lights that pop into existence, just so I can show it to you.
Yeah, they
So-
sort of pop into existence on the camera. I've seen them in the background of.
Tina saw 'em too.
Like this.
Yeah, Tina's seen them as well. Remember,
Yeah.
Tina?
I've seen them.
This is one of them. This isn't it popping in, but I'm just going to share my screen and show y'all this right quick. Let's see here.
Oh, then I want to show you guys something that after Honey Ann does this, I'm going to show you something that Jonathan Clack describes as
Okay, you guys watch this right quick, okay?
okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Tina. Go ahead, Tina.
But yeah, what Jonathan Clack says a scorpion, I'm going to show you what that scorpion looks like.
Okay. All right. You see that right there? That little twinkling light?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Well, where's the rest of them?
Hang on. I don't. It's loading now. Yeah.
Loading.
Buffering. See there? You see that light?
Yep.
Yeah. That's just one of my personal videos I have of one of them. Anyway, this is like a 6-minute long video. So if anybody wants to talk, go ahead.
I think I closed for a second.
$1 billion corporate bailout. Pips Wall Street
Kinda
over
crazy. I've got better videos than this, but that's just the first one I found anyway.
and
Yep.
abuse of power. If someone approaches you with the
And it's 420 where I'm at. Perfect time for you, Therion.
All right, here we go. I'm back.
Oh, you're in California.
Well, in that case, then, don't mind if I do.
Right? Exactly.
Plus, it's always called 20 somewhere.
Right? Right now it's in California, so smoking if you got him.
You know, well, this one's for you, Peanut.
All right, awesome, cool.
Are you guys ready? You see something really
This bud's for you.
you
All
guys
right,
ready to see something really freaky? This is
Sure.
what Jonathan Clack, describes. And if you look at it, man, you gotta watch because really close you can see the tail of the thing. Oh, I did. Do it again.
Tina, when you get ready to share your screen, I'll click on it so they can see it.
What? What?
Hey, Peanut, did you know, like, if you're doing a live stream and you have somebody else you see that's live streaming, you can actually go on their live stream and share their live stream on your live stream?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what if I was on you? I could share my live stream with your live streaming, and then
Yeah.
if I share somebody else's stream on my stream, I'd be sharing somebody's stream on my stream to share on your stream.
Yes, absolutely. You can do that.
We should do that, huh? We should have like
Yeah,
an
that'd be cool.
infinite stream. We're all streaming each other at the same time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because, you know, you can only have 6 guests at a time. So really you can get together as many people as you want that way.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Well, that's an
Yeah.
interesting loophole.
Okay,
You do
here
4 streams and you got 24 people. It's a party.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I got it on, but do I click on it or what?
Terry,
gotta
how to
have-
share your screen?
You got to click on the little icon that says share screen. It's
Okay,
like
I hit that.
bottom center.
Yep, I hit that, and it's up ready, but I'm clicking on that, and it's not coming up.
Then you
I
go,
think Honey Ann has to do something to share.
No,
yours
I don't have to do anything
well.
till I can see it. When I see it, I click on it because that's how Therian does.
Click it harder.
the bar
Okay, it's there, honey Ann.
and
It's
you
at
see
the
on
bottom.
the tabs.
Whoops, I kicked her out of the stream.
Oh, you did not.
Yeah, you don't have it posted for me, honey. There's nothing for me. Because usually Therian just does screen share and it just pops up.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you push screen share, you get a box what pops up. And on the top of the box, it gives you several options. On the far right, you'll see one where it says like tabs.
It says
You click on
Google.
that one.
It says screen share, right? And then clone tab.
You should say Google because you're pulling it off of Google, right?
Clone tab. Oh.
Is that it, Darian?
You guys, I gotta bail anyway though. So
Okay,
hasta
Peanut.
lasagna.
Okay, oh,
Peanut,
now
I'm gonna find you that information and get it to you. Okay.
Sounds
hold on,
good.
Okay,
Bye,
sweet.
honey.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for having me
coming.
on. Thanks
Love
for,
you.
You too. Bye.
Bye,
Peace
Peanut.
out.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Good night,
Bye,
Peanut.
Freon. Later, guys.
Do you guys see it now?
No, Tina. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm clicking on it. All right, there it is. Got it, Tina.
Yep. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Let me see.
I'm not gonna get copyright, am I?
Watch real close, guys. Now, watch real close.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yep. Watch
That's
this.
the scorpion with
Yeah.
wings. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I saw it. Do it again. Watch this. It looks like it has a human head. You see that?
It does.
Yeah.
And if you look real close, you can see the scorpion tail coming out. Look at that.
Wow. I see the tail.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do now with genetic engineering.
Wow. Holy sh! Balls.
That's
Batman.
what Jonathan Clegg is describing, man. Can you imagine something like that coming at you and stinging you?
Nope. I don't want to. That's upsetting.
If I saw something like that, the first thing I'd be looking for is one of those electric tennis rackets in case it came anywhere near me.
I'd be shooting it.
Oh my
Wait,
God. It,
That sounds like your average day in Australia.
it looks like
Look at that. Wow.
whoa.
That is such a trip.
I
Yeah,
love that.
another
That little
one.
ad popped up. Click to start blocking ads, and it's a damn ad. An ad
That
blocker advertising. That is an oxymoron.
That did not look like a CGI either.
No, it didn't.
Mm-mm.
Now this was
CGI
some
's a lot more defined.
taped this. It was on YouTube, and Five Finest found it and put it on their site. See that scorpion tail, man?
Yeah, I saw it.
That's weird. And
Hold on,
it's got a torso and a head.
Yeah, but was it a scorpion tail or was it the actual head?
There ain't been a car
Like on a long neck?
all afternoon.
Look at, watch,
I walk
right
up
there, right there. See it?
Father will come past me.
And let me guess, one was a cop.
Huh?
And let me guess, one was a cop.
No, they were all civilian cars.
Yeah, Chloe said, honey, and I see them all the time because I go outside to watch the sky every night. And every time I look at them, I think
Anyway, I'm in my own yard.
it's the same thing I am. Probably so, Chloe, since we live so close, you know. They probably are seeing the same thing. Absolutely.
Ain't that crazy? Now there's something else up here I want you guys to see. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks like a dragon.
Paid for yard.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, wow.
Now here's another
But
one.
it's not. But it's not. If you look at that again, it's one of the fallen angels.
I think it is too.
How do you know it's one of the fallen?
He just, I don't know.
Because I think it's still got
But
its
look
wings.
right over here. Did you see this one over here?
The Archangel Michael never lost his wings. He just lost his standing.
Okay, now hold on. Because there's something really right there. Look at that. A guy took a picture of that. Look how big that thing is.
I'd put it at 10'8", 10'9".
It's above that building, above that rooftop.
Well, you've got to take into consideration perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 10 to 15 feet easy.
This, but taking into account perspective, where things that are further away look smaller than the things that are closer, I'm going to say 8'4". Because
Yeah,
you can clearly
I've
tell
seen that
that's
right there
a lot
before.
closer.
I've literally seen that one.
Let me see. What's this one?
Ah,
Oh, this is where they found something dead, and they don't know what it is.
yeah, that thing washed up by the ocean on the beach.
No, it fell from the sky and
Ugh.
died. And there's its hoof marks.
Mm. I've seen that Montauk Island beast. That thing was icky too.
But I still can't get over. Let's see, where is it at? I still can't get over this dude. I can't get over this dude, man. Because when I look at that, it describes exactly what Jonathan Kleck describes as. It's got a scorpion body, scorpion tail, a torso as a human, and a head as a human, and wings.
Yeah, but I think the things coming up from on the earth are going to be a lot larger than that. They're probably going to be like 8 or 10 feet tall.
Right,
Honestly.
and you know what, Honey Yam? These
Yes.
might be what he calls the scouts. These are the ones are hiding as humans.
Mm.
Think
Scouting
about
out, scouting out the humans they're going to sting.
it. Yep, they're
Yeah.
scouting. You know, like how Jonathan says they scout people out.
Yeah. Mm. Makes you want to get your life in line that much quicker, man.
Oh yeah, that is just such a trippy. I just can't get over that. I can watch this 100 times and I cannot figure anything else out. But
Oh
yeah,
man, that,
Um,
that,
from
that that's cringe worthy. Make me want to turn away from the screen and not look.
I'm just trying to think of the term used. It's like, you know, them fish you see with sharks, and it's like they go ahead of the shark, then go back to the shark. There's really small ones, and like the sharks pay no attention to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like them. They're scouting out for what's coming.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And it's like people saying, oh, the world didn't end when the Mayan calendar ran out. But if you look at, like, on a biblical scale, yeah, it's, with that stuff, it's not instant.
Well, that's also pointing out to the day and age we're in. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah.
You know, when people say the end is near, you know, the time is at hand, the day of the Lord is upon us. When you look at things like what Tina just showed us, that just shows the severity of it, you know? Absolutely.
And then you seen that, I think it was like maybe a fallen angel, that dark thing that was standing like 10 foot tall, like he said, because of the perspective of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on now. There's a lot of strange things that's happening, and people are not seeing these things. Cause see, I watch these the scary things, like the 5-10 scariest things and all that. And and this one, when I seen this one, I said, "Oh my God, that just describes the scorpion people or locusts to a T." That just tripped me out. But I thought you guys might like to see that, so.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it's to go to all this effort, putting on a smiley face, like a nice happy face for the camera. And then I've got like a line going across the screen hiding me, but I have to keep peeking
I
over.
know!
I'm getting small!
I know, you do got a happy face put on.
I don't know how to make that banner go away, dude.
You just click on, like, you know,
Just
where
click on
the
it and
banner
it'll
is,
go away.
and it says hide.
Where does it say hide?
On the live comments at the right hand side.
I'm looking.
I can't click on it. All you gotta do is just scroll up. You'll find the one that's highlighted. Just click on it. It'll unhighlight it.
Or just click on like the one at the bottom, then click on it again. Because it will change to that one and then vanish.
That's why I joined early, so I knew I'd be on the top shelf up here, instead of down there by you.
Let's see.
Me and Ethereum's on the bottom, right? Huh?
I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it, but I'm not. It's not doing anything.
I don't get that one. It should the banner it should go away.
There you go, Therian. How about that?
Yeah, that's better.
I can do that.
Oh my goodness! Now Tina's buried beneath the banner and the StreamYard
Like,
card.
yeah, it's like, oh my gosh.
Hi, daughter. I'm live right now. Huh? Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get me some more sudsies.
Okay.
I like your smiley face there. It looks
I know, right?
I've got more coffee to drink.
I'll be right back, guys. Hang on.
Okay. Hey, Therian, man, did you see your video got restricted? Did you see your video got restricted, dude?
Yeah, it got a message on it last night after we'd finished the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And it said you need to age restrict this if you want it to be visible.
Uh-huh.
So I did that.
Yeah. I always with my YouTube, I always put age restriction on it because that way they can't pull no punches on me.
I knew it was probably going to happen like that, though, when I was telling the jokes yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And yes, to anyone who saw that and thinks, yeah, I was being offensive. Yes, I was being offensive, but just for the fun of it.
Yeah, he was just being, it was like, it was a joke kind of thing, just a crazy hour, you know? Anything goes, you know?
Yeah, it was trigger as many people as possible.
Yeah. Oh. I can't believe they passed where they can eat dogs and cats in your. Oh, I don't like that one. Keep your happy face on.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, I'll put my happy face on.
Here you go.
my
Here you go. Much better.
daughter just came in. I guess I've got both kids this weekend. I'm real thrilled about it. They fight I have both of them. They fight like cats and dogs. Drives me nuts.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I told her, take your time, man. Take your time. She's like, how long do you usually stream? Well, we don't have a time limit. We go until we're done.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we done 17 hours?
Right.
I've lost count.
I've literally watched the sun go down and the sun come up and still be streaming, and people falling asleep on the live stream snoring. Yeah, we've literally just seen people fall asleep. Patrick fell asleep on us one time. I think Dean did too. Cowboy,
I have.
I don't remember. Cowboy might have.
I know we did.
Yeah. Cowboy's also left the stream to us, just left it, you know. He said, I'm ready to lay down and go to sleep, so he just left us streaming. Oh, man. Hang on, guys. My dog's got my cigarettes. I'm going to be angry.
Uh-oh.
I opened up my tobacco box to roll a cigarette, and my cat decided to climb in it, lay down, and go to sleep in it. Cat immediately got ejected out of my tobacco box. Cats are funny critters.
Yes, they are.
Not a can of kitten.
I have to keep a lid on my ashtray. Because if I don't, it's me cats. They'll find every split end, and they'll take it out and they'll eat it. And I'll find bits of paper and like hairballs everywhere.
You need to get them some cat food that's got, what do they call it? That helps take care of the hairballs.
Oh, they get all that, but it's like they'll purposely sniff out my weed if I leave it around, and they'll eat it.
Oh,
Yeah, they think it's catnip.
I've also had a cat in the past called Isle, and it used to eat tobacco.
wow, no way.
Yeah. Mine will drink beer. It somehow gets up on my desk, and if I leave any beer on my desk, it will drink it. It will get whatever beer it can. You know, the little where the rim is right here.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always a little bit of beer there. It gets up on the desk and it drinks that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My cat's a virgin. No smoke, no drink. Just milk and water for her.
Yeah, I woke up one morning and there's the cat laying on my mixing board drunk.
Oh, my Lord. Did you guys like that thing I showed you?
Yeah, that was neat.
Wasn't that creepy?
That wasn't just creepy. That was just like, well, I'm not going to cuss on this stream.
I could guess what you was going to say.
It was just messed up.
I don't have an issue with monetization, so cuss all you want. I cannot find my cigarettes. I don't know if the dogs took them or what, but thank God my husband left the pack. Oh wow! Never mind. Wow. I just looked right in front of me, guys. I looked right in front of my face, right here where I have my pack, and it was not there. And now I look back again, and they're there. That's weird.
Get them back.
I don't know, but they weren't there a second ago.
What is
Yeah. What is that? That is my sound mix. That is my soundboard.
Wow.
Guess who's back? Back again. Chloe's back.
But yeah, I woke up. My kitten was laying on top of all my doorknobs and shit. Like, what the hell?
I guess we've lost everybody but Chloe. I think Chloe may be the only one still with us.
Oh, that could be.
I think Chloe's the only one still here with us. I don't know.
I seen a
Let me go.
live
Let me go
stream.
check.
I thought, are they still on live stream? And I'm going, I think they are.
Well, we're supposed to be talking about ghosts and spirits and demons, and we kind of, you know how we are. We're kind of, we have like a ADD. When it comes to streaming, we're just all over the place. Squirrel.
Well,
We talk about we go to talk about one thing. We wind up talking about everything but that thing. But at least this time, we stayed on topic for a record for staying on topic of 1 hour and 42 minutes.
Quick, someone call up the Guinness Book of Records.
What'd you say, Therian?
We need to call up the Guinness Book of Records. That needs to go in there.
It does. It does. It does.
Hilarious.
Okay, back to the subjects of ghosts and stuff. I'll tell you a funny
It's
one.
still going. It's still going. The counter hasn't stopped.
I'm not sure if you get it on your TV over there in America, but there's a show over here. It's called Most Haunted.
Yeah, I watch it all the time.
Yeah, a few years back, about 10 or 11 years ago, I was like staying with my mate, and he was working at Ordstall Hall. and I screwed up one of their like filming sets. And I was wearing all my goth gear, like on my normal avatar picture, because I was about to go out drinking with my mate. And he was getting some stuff from work, and I'd walked into this dark room, and they're all sitting around this table, doing like the Ouija thing,
Oh wow.
you know, with the glass. But
Yeah.
the door I'd used was a painting on the wall. And then wearing massive combat boots, got proper heavy. And this room, it's all like wooden floorboards, so I've walked across it as quietly as possible and stood behind them. And I was there for about 5 minutes before they even noticed I was there.
Oh.
And the next thing, all you hear is a load of screaming, then cut, 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 after they've realised I'm like not a ghost. I'm like, hey, you guys like shouldn't be looking for ghosts if you're scared of the living.
Darian, I have something to tell you about Most Haunted, okay? I watched Most Haunted live for years and years, and I love the show. Well, the main lady that used to be on the cast, she got cancer. And I remember her still doing the show even after she had chemotherapy and her hair fell out. And then the next thing I know, it was like canceled. And when it came back on, now it's just that guy and the other girl that used to be her co-host. But the lady was never the freaking main person on Most Haunted Live. You know, the lady with the blonde hair, the two girls, the women, they look just alike almost.
Yeah.
Well, the main lady got cancer, and I was trying to find out, did she die? Because she's no longer like the host of Most Haunted Live now. So, and when I went and looked it up, and I went all the way back to the very first show they ever did, she's no longer there, nowhere to be found.
I can send you a link on Facebook at some point, but I have to find him. He's called Phil, and he's like one of the people that worked on the show.
Uh-huh.
He'll be probably able to tell you.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is a Mandela effect or what, but the lady that caught cancer, she was really attractive. She was a real pretty lady, and she had big old blue eyes. And I remember her still doing Most Haunted Live while she was doing chemotherapy, because she had the hats on because her hair had fallen out. And like I said, you know, for a while there, the show got canceled, and then when it came back on, now it's just the guy and the other woman, but she's nowhere to be found. I mean, you'd think if she was part of the history of the show that she would have been in the credits or somewhere.
Should be in the
they would have
IMDb
done like
somewhere.
an episode where
I mean,
they would have put like a scene.
She was the main person in the whole show. I mean, she was the one that, you know, it was her and then that goofy guy with the brown hair and then the other blonde haired lady.
Yeah, and that Derek Akora.
Hmm.
He was always stood there where he looked like he was taking a crap. Oh, I'm getting a spirit. I'm getting a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
The
But I'm just
Ghost
wondering,
Hunter
is it the Mandela effect or what's going on here? Because, you know, she should, let's talk about something on my nose. You know, but she should still be somewhere, you know. They shouldn't have eradicated her from history.
Well, the Ghost Hunter got ghosted.
Mm-hmm.
The mega cup with all our names on it.
Yep. Yep. Floyd never joined us. I wonder if that was a good thing, if he got his apartment or what.
I don't know. He hasn't been on Hangout since then either.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again since we're on the topic.
Excuse me.
I'm trying to keep track of the chat.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Hangouts now. And it's like,
Can you
the
see my
last time
screen, guys?
Floyd was on this
There we
now,
go. Okay, hold
an
on.
hour ago.
I just wanted to make sure it was showing.
Yeah, right now the only person in the chat room, and she had to step out for a minute. Which means I'm the only person in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm in the chat room as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, see you, mate.
I just not commented yet.
Me.
This is 5 scary ghost videos that will give you goosebumps, it says.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly say hi everyone to everyone in chat. Hi everyone in chat.
Hi, everyone in chat. Ooh, scary going through one of those places.
I've actually bid on a couple explorations like the proper people do. Them are spooky.
Yeah, I mean, those places like scary thing.
Just random person running for no reason.
Yeah.
And just for the fun of it, I'm gonna say hi to everyone in chat again. Hi
Yeah.
everyone in chat.
Hi,
Oh,
everyone in chat.
Hi, Darian in chat. Hi, Jason in chat. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for joining me.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in chat right now.
Oh, it pointed to. Oh, look at that kid. Did you see it? Right in the corner on the right hand side.
Hang on.
Hold on, let me back it up a little bit. There, see it?
Hang on.
Hang on. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Let me think. I've got ADD right now, so I'm trying to pay attention.
Here it is. Oh,
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, it appeared and then disappeared. Yeah, I saw that.
oh.
Why is that kid peeing in that locker?
That was the ghost, dude.
Man. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me throughout my life, you know. It may not have sounded scary when I said it, but believe me, when I was experiencing it, it was freaking scary.
No, I don't got the sound on this because I didn't know if they would, do anything.
I've been attacked twice too by something unseen, literally choked.
Really?
I was talking to Terry and one time. Yep. One time that happened. Yep.
Good.
Did Debbie say good? Hey, is Debbie in the background? Jason?
Say that again, honey?
Is Debbie in the background? Because I wanted to tell her something.
Yeah, hang on. Let me turn the speakers on.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. I think
Hang
this.
on. I got a second bit of personal business to take care of, and then I will turn the speakers on, and you can tell us.
See
Okay,
that
Jason.
doll? Watch that doll, guys. Oh! Do you see that doll?
I have to watch again.
Okay, hold on. Watch the doll. Just watch the doll.
Yes. I think I am over it.
Oh my god. Did you see it?
I didn't see anything.
Been all day. Well, since late this morning.
Look at the doll. It's
Oh,
looking
goodness.
away.
What the?
Okay, the dog's looking away. Now look, it's looking at you. You see it?
You got that leg down still?
Reading the book.
What am I looking at?
I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Now watch. See the doll move?
Okay, I see the doll.
Okay, I saw it move.
Yep.
I saw it move.
Yeah, I've seen lots of creepy doll stories. They freak me out.
Oh, I know. But
Ugh.
watch this. She'll look. Now watch this. There. Ah! Oh, God. I don't like it. Oh my God, I hate creepy doll things.
I'm glad my dolls aren't haunted.
Oh, I just said the proper people, and guess what popped up in your little thumbnail? Oh, guess who it is?
What?
It's
I'm
the
like,
proper
what?
people.
Huh?
It's the proper people.
The proper people.
Yeah, I love their channel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the heck you were talking about.
They don't do ghost stories though. They just do urban exploration.
Yeah,
But
I'm
for
like,
them to
is that the new YouTube cops?
No, I love their channel.
Yeah, You said they just do urban. I love urban explorations. I love that stuff.
You'd love their channel, then.
Yeah, I think I watch them actually. I think
Yeah,
I'm
I
sub-
like stuff like this, man. I do.
Well, you know,
Watch Ghostbusters and all that stuff.
there's one urban exploration that I had seen where they had went into it was here in the South. It was used to be like a black activist people, black rights. That was their house, and then they lost it because they didn't pay taxes. People went to jail or whatever, and then the head Satanist bought the house. And as I was watching the Urban Explorer, there was a big hole in the wall where like a huge mirror used to be that was round, and that's where I got the idea to make my book nook from.
There you go.
Yeah. That that's why my book nook looks like that, because I saw that hole in the wall. It was like they did like two things in the wall where it used to have that big old mirror, and I thought, man, that would be cool, for a book nook. And so I designed it, and my husband built it. Yep. Man, I can't believe it.
House behind me. That's my YouTuber with random bookshelf with random shit behind it. Snow.
Okay. Did you ever fix it where I could tell Debbie something real quick?
Yeah, speaker's on. She can hear you.
Okay. Hey, Deb.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard Jason make mention to you about you having peanut butter. So you like to eat peanut butter. I just got a new recipe for peanut butter fudge, and it is the simplest recipe in the world. All you do is get, like for me, I do the honey roasted peanut butter from Walmart, and then you just get one container of frosting, vanilla frosting, and you just put the peanut butter in the microwave for 1 minute and let it get melted. You put the frosting in the microwave for 1 minute and let it get melted. You dump them both in the bowl and mix it up, and then just pour it down on a plate that you've buttered and stick it in the refrigerator for about an hour. And you've got the best fudge in the world. It tastes like the expensive fudge that comes from the mall. It costs you like $3 to make a plate of fudge.
Oh, sweet. Can you email that to me?
Oh, come on. A jar of vanilla frosting and a thing of peanut butter.
Oh, you see that thing crawling on the floor?
You're counting on me to remember that in the morning.
I'm counting on Deb to remember that. That's when I told her. Yeah, because I love the heck out of peanut butter. And man, I make a plate after plate of that crap. And then I say, I don't know why I'm so fat.
You ain't fat.
Well, I'm corn fed. That's why. I eat too much peanut butter fudge. Yeah, but I mean, I swear.
You're not fat. You're just built big.
I'm pleasantly plump.
There you go.
Me too, sweetheart. Me too.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never ever heard of such a simple recipe for fudge like that. 2 minutes in the microwave, boom, boom, and you've got fudge. It's so good. I make chocolate fudge that way too. But I use
I don't know
more.
if you can hear my cat meowing. What's wrong with you?
And if you got the munchies and you don't want to wait on that fudge to set, as soon as you pour it in the bowl to mix up, then you can just put it in a sink of ice water, and as you stir it, it'll harden it immediately. Just saying.
Oh, put it in the freezer for about 3 minutes.
If you can't wait 2 hours for it to get hard, you harden it right there in the sink with cold ice water. Yeah, that's how my mom and my nanny used to harden the fudge, the homemade Hershey's chocolate fudge that they used to cook. The heck with cooking on the stove for 40 minutes, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, bam, and you've got fudge. Yeah.
I love fudge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna get some.
But I've been kind of, sampling. I went and bought cream cheese frosting, and the cream cheese frosting tastes really good too with the peanut butter. But I always buy the honey roasted peanut butter because it's sweet. You can eat it right out of the jar. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. My daughter's gonna be back here in about 30 minutes with my granddaughter. I'm gonna have her. Who knows when? Oh, so nobody else has any more demon ghost stories that they wanna talk about?
Oh, I can think of one.
I'll be right back. I want to show you something.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, so when I was a teenager, I rented this flat. It was like a 1-bedroom flat, and it's like was on the top floor. There's these two like plants what were fake, and if you moved them, all hell would break loose, literally. And they had like stones in them, you know, because they're plastic plants, like weight in them. And if you moved them, you'd find them all spilled out everywhere, even though there's like no one else there.
Ooh. I guess the ghost was territorial about his plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like the person living downstairs. Then I found out, because I didn't know the neighbour, I found out it's this old person. They had like a Zimmer frame, so there's no way they could have done it because they couldn't get up the stairs.
Wow.
They're like literally unable to like walk upstairs.
Hmm.
They struggled with like even walking normally.
Not trying to change the subject, but you know how we're talking about the little gray man and the little orange man. I was watching an episode of Ancient Aliens yesterday evening, and they were talking about how these one statues, and they showed the statues of this former civilization, race of beings or whatever, but they literally looked like robots, or I mean, they looked human, but when it came to the eyes, they had big old eyes, but they were made to look like robots, literally, or they look like gray aliens. And they said the history of these grays goes back time immemorial. I mean, the history of the grays goes way, way, way back.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, I got a good one for you.
Okay.
I was having a sleepover with some girls, and a couple boys decided to come. And I said, well, okay, you can stay for a little bit, then you gotta go, you know.
Mm.
And, but they brought a Ouija board. And, I have things about Ouija boards. I never liked them.
I've never messed with one.
So I'm sitting there, they got it out, and they started trying to play it. And it kept saying no. Well, in my mind, I'm saying, you ain't gonna work. Not with me around.
Yeah.
And the thing kept saying no, and then they asked it, why won't you work? And it spelled out PH.
It spelled out what?
PH. My initials.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And then everyone says, yeah,
I'm just going to.
why would it play for you? I mean, why would it play when you're in here? Because I know what it is. You know? And then I said, I get to spell out my whole name. And so it spelled out my whole name and said no.
Wow.
So
What?
they told me I went out for 10 minutes. Okay. And I sit on the porch. Well, then my friend comes out and I go, what's going on? She goes, man, that's just getting too freaky in there. You wouldn't believe it. I'm going, what is that board telling everybody? And he was telling me that it was telling this boy that he could be saved and he's going to be damned and all this and that. And I said, okay, 10 minutes is up. And so I walked in and I said, Todd, I said, what was that board telling you? And he says, well, the board told me I can't get saved. I'll never be saved. And that's a lie. I said, if you believe in Jesus Christ, and ask Jesus Christ to forgive you for your sins, get saved. Well, then this board, it started going crazy. With hands on it, was just going crazy, right?
Yeah.
And it started moving. It just like got everybody's hands off of it, and it just started moving. And the thing flew off the board and hit my leg.
Dang.
And
Yeah.
I said, that's it. you're done. You're out of here. You're bound up in that board. You can't get out. See ya. I
Yeah.
said, put that board up now.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
dabbled with Ouija boards a few times in the past.
I don't mess with that crap.
Oh, no. My mom and her sister-in-law played the board.
Uh-huh.
And both of them was pregnant, okay? Well, it was telling this girl, not my mom, but the other girl that was pregnant, that he was going to die, or the baby was going to die,
Wow.
okay? Well, after she had the baby, she was in a car, and there was 2 people in the front seat and her in the back seat, right? Everybody was okay. They didn't hit no light pole or anything. But she flew out the back window for I don't know how. I don't know how. She flew out of the back window and died. And that Ouija board, I know it had something to do with that Ouija board.
That's upsetting. That's very
Yeah.
upsetting. Dang.
When I've messed around with them in the past, it's usually the day I move out of an old place
Yeah.
where I've hated the landlord. So I'm just like, are there any demons there? And I wait for it to say yes. They'll just say, this house is yours.
Yeah. I don't mess around with the supernatural period like that. Not the demonic. Them things can follow you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what was really interesting is when I was 11, my family went to Gettysburg to go watch a reenactment. The reenactment didn't happen because the Union and Confederate soldiers had took over the entire field where the reenactment was going to happen.
Sounds like South Park.
It was weird. Everybody saw it. We're talking 35,000 witnesses to the haunting of Gettysburg all at the same time. The entire Battle of Gettysburg was refought all over again by all of those that died there.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, I got one more, but it's not it's not exciting, but
Tina, you know, you talked about that wreck that happened. Let me tell you this it's a fast.
okay.
One time when I was about 16, my boyfriend and I were on his motorcycle. We'd been drinking, and he was a little too young. We went to stop at the red light. He didn't stop fast enough because he was going too fast, and he wound up ramming into this pickup truck we wrecked. I jumped off the back of the motorcycle, landed on my feet. He got thrown over the back of the motorcycle and landed in the bed of the pickup truck. But I literally landed on my feet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well,
No,
we got
that's
Therion Night and we got Therion L Night. Which one's the real Therion?
Both are.
Okay.
The Therian Night, that's my old account, but I can't post any videos on that channel.
but anyway, this my uncle's picture fell off the wall. And my mom was like, she's like, something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. So they put the picture back up. And then my mom goes, she goes, I just feel something's very, very, very wrong. So she went and looked in the closet because she just felt something was not right in that closet. Well, that's where the Ouija board was, and she forgot she had it. Okay? Totally forgot she had it. And said she went out and she burnt the thing. She went out and burned it. Next day, that's when that girl died.
Well, I don't see how they play that stuff. They pass it off like it's just a game, you know. You buy it in the children's department where the board games are. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
It's not just a game.
That takes.
It's not just a game.
But you know, I remember Hasbro and Mattel both making Ouija boards. I remember both companies.
Yeah, so do I.
Yep.
When I had the golf shop, I had a few of the Hasbro ones in there in the stock.
Uh-huh.
They were like the cheapest ones to get, other than the ones from Nemesis now.
Mm.
And they're still on the shelves, man.
Yeah.
For these kids to grab, and it's scary, man. It's really scary.
I was like kids not too long ago playing that Charlie game with pencils. I mean, that's just as bad. They try to make it off like it's harmless.
Yeah.
When I had the golf shop, I used to have one of the Ouija boards that had some of the pieces missing, you know, like the little glass bit what you put on it.
Uh-huh.
And I used to use it as a skinning up board. So I'd be
As a
grinding
what?
my weed on it and everything.
Wait, you use it as what?
To roll up spliffs on. I'd be
Oh.
grinding my weed on it. And one time I was sitting there and the grinder started moving on it. And it spelled out, "Stop doing drugs on me."
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know what my response was?
That's when you just leave the shit there and just walk the fuck away.
No, you know what my response was?
What?
Hell no.
Stop doing drugs. Wow.
Stop
Yeah, man.
doing drugs on me.
Yeah, my response to that Ouija board was hell no.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
can see Theron. I can see Theron moving the weed around to make him say that too.
Well, hell no. F you.
Oh yeah, by the way, big bubble wrap.
Hey, Tina, you were a little spicy last night, weren't you, girl?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about the cat and the peanut butter. I was like, oh Lord, she's done that now. Tina's going to hell. Tina God's love is going to hell.
I said, what the heck? It's a fun night, man.
No,
Yeah.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. It's cool.
Yeah, I
But
was just.
I was like, I said that to him, and it's like, what? I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, man. That was just wrong. It was wrong.
Bad Tina.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad I wasn't there because I probably would have hammed it up and made it 10 times worse.
I'm just thinking, where did I put that rolled up newspaper I had yesterday?
Yeah, right.
I went looking for my iridium and beryllium samples. Just showing everybody. But they're gone. My ghost took them. They'll be right where I left them tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's like me. I usually always come across that scripture. You know, I always have it right here in my hands, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it for Peanut earlier. It kind of frustrated me because I have so many. I mean, I've got stacks and stacks of notebooks like this where I'm continually taking notes. No, and I can't find my other notebooks. I don't know where they
Okay,
are.
I found the rolled up newspaper.
Oh, there you go. That's
Tina.
yes, bad theory.
Darian didn't do it this time.
Oh, no. He did. He was being bad.
Tina.
Hey, you gotta be able to laugh, you know, and enjoy yourself sometime. You know?
Now, not sure why, but as for you up there, Jason. Bad Jason. Bad.
Oh, you're getting hit on a butt, boy. He's giving
It's
you
gonna take something bigger than a newspaper.
Right. Oh man.
Oh, what's he doing now?
Yeah, I might enjoy the newspaper. I'm a freak.
Like, what is he doing? He's doing something. Oh, he's getting his bow out. Who is he gonna shoot? Who is he gonna shoot?
Okay,
Oh, he's shooting. Jason, you got him. Oh, yes, right there.
He's not going to shoot his own computer.
You never know. You never know. He might.
Yeah, with Theron, you never know.
You never know with Darian. That's right.
Even my cat ducked.
Uh-oh. Oh,
But he had the
honey, Ian. Look. Look. Watch out. Watch out.
hold on a minute.
He's got you. He's got you. Wait a minute.
He will know them by their testimony, and by their testimony they will be saved. Back, Satan. I bind you. Get behind me, Satan.
Well, honey, Annie, he missed you, but he hit a glass.
I
Yeah, he
heard
did.
that. I heard that.
Yeah, I got the arrow back.
Oh,
Listen,
no.
I want to read this to you guys. I want to read this to you guys right quick. I really love this. It's from the Lost Teachings of Jesus in the Gospel of Thomas. It says, if they say to you, where do you come from? You say to them, we come from the light, the place where the light came into being on its own accord and established itself and became manifest through their image. And if they say to you, it is you, say, we are its children. We are the elect of the living Father. If they ask you, what is the sign of your Father in you? Say to them, it is movement and repose.
Ooh,
I love that.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Yet that was left out of our Bible.
Wow.
Oh, I can't clean my ears out.
Oh, look at this.
What is it?
Me cleaning my ears out.
There's
Theron is such a.
I'm a star being.
Now, how did that brain get there? I'm sure I've got all that crap out of my head by now.
This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Hiding under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Sing it the black way. This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let
I'm
it
gonna let it shine. They sing it differently than the white folks.
I'll tell you what, black churches are fun to go to because they know how to sing.
They know how to get down, but thing about it is they never end. You go to a black church in the
Nope.
morning, you're still gonna be there at night.
Sometimes that ain't a bad thing.
Oh, I love
One, it was dancing in the aisles, everybody singing all day long. Even if we didn't know the words, we knew how to get down.
Well, they do that. They do that in the Pentecostal church too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Pentecostal church is really not as it's the black church is a lot better than even the Pentecostal. I gotta admit.
Well, yeah, they have a lot of black folks have rhythm.
Yep,
They got soul.
and they got rhythm and soul. Yep.
Well, if you you want to piss off some white people, you stop and think about it. Every kind of talent that was out there came from the black people. Just saying.
Mhm.
Like Anthony Hammer said, can't touch this.
I'm just saying, black people excel at everything they touch, whether it be acting, whether it be music, whether it be sports, they excel. And isn't it kind of funny how the black people are the ones that they're always trying to put down, cut down, kill, put in prison, lock them away, shut them up, get them out of here, and just like you were saying last night on Therian's Stream, Tina, look at the Hurricane Katrina that hit New Orleans. It sure is funny. It hit right there in the impoverished black areas. And look at the islands that are being hit, that's mainly populated by black people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
They want them to move. The ones that are left, they want them to move in the big city where everybody's starting to get controlled, you
So they
know?
can control everybody. Yep.
The idea is the white man. This is what they did to the Native Americans as well, too. My people.
My
Put them
people,
all in one area, suppress them, and control them. If you get them all in one area, you can suppress them and control them a lot easier.
Yeah, because
If-
you're herded like they herd you like animals.
Now,
They're
yeah,
herding you like a bunch of animals.
you can't suppress them and control them as easily if they're all in one little spot.
Yeah.
and it's sad. It's sad.
Okay,
I
look,
think
I'll read you this.
why they cancelled the Hurricane Lorenzo, from hitting the UK. Because people over here are spread out too much.
Yeah. Well, isn't the UK really small, like the size of the state of California or something?
Yeah, but every city they have like poverty areas,
Yeah.
but they're not like in one place in the state. You're like one part of the city.
Well, here in America, I mean, they're all crammed into one little area.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah, they try to make it like
in one little
overpopulated.
spot
Yeah.
in the major cities, unless you go and hit the rural areas. Now everybody's impoverished.
They're lying about the
You have
population.
different levels of below the poverty level. You've got at poverty level. You've got okay, we're figuring out how to keep gas in the car to keep going to work, and then you've got the people down below that going, okay, we're relying on everybody else around us in order to just feed ourselves and our kids for the day.
Anymore. Yes. That's the truth.
All right, you guys, let me read you this right quick. It's Jude 1:4. It says, the deception of the enemy does creep in as subtle as a serpent and takes over while sleeping sheep are unaware. Stay awake. It's I just wrote that as a note. Stay awake to the sheep of God. Mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder what that references.
What?
Time it references exactly what we just talked about.
Yeah, and funny, I just turned to it.
Yeah, like out of the blue.
Uh-huh. You see me, I just pulled up these notebooks and I'm looking and I'm trying to find my notes where it proves that the dead are awake, or that are aware. The dead are aware, I'll come across it in a minute. I don't know if all of you have ever heard this poem that I wrote, but I'm going to read it because I really think it's good, okay? This is one poem I can say of mine that I really do think it's a good poem. Because normally I think my stuff junk, but okay. I pray that the mass confusion of a nation doesn't become a delusion, that in that delusion our fall. Again, I say confusion, creating mass delusion, takes an ugly shape, which is madness, causing the masses to fall. Hear, O man, our call, come out of it all. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, then hear this call. Wake up before it's too late. And we all fall, that's all. I love my fellow man, each and every one of you all. Come out of it. Wake up. Be blessed, oh man. Hear God's final call. Be a watcher on the wall.
Oh man, I love that.
You know?
I love that. That was good, honey.
Yeah, it's one of my poems.
Just trying to get more power.
I used to have a big old notebook full of them. Now I burn up in the fire.
I've got a Bible verse I can read if you want.
Okay.
It's on the topic. It's like, how we're seeing like all this crazy shit now because we're coming to the end times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Jude 1, verse 6. And angels that kept not their own principality, but left their proper habitation, he have kept in everlasting bonds under darkness unto the judgment of the great day.
Yeah. That's good, Darian.
What do you think that means, Darian?
It means like the stuff we're seeing now, it makes sense. They're being released.
Yeah.
For Judgment Day.
Yeah.
The Bible does say all things hidden, All things hidden. What?
That would bring it'll bring it to the light.
Yeah. All things hidden in the end times will come to fruition, to be known. That's what I wrote here, including the sins of the leaders of our nation, the demonic acts, that the corruption that they're doing that's taking place, and people who are in the world, the spirits, and there's a separation there of the wheat and the tares. It's coming to pass right before our eyes. I don't want to be a terror, I'll tell you that much.
But you know what, Jonathan? Clark says the wheat and the tear is inside of each one of us.
Oh yeah, but I think it's free will. We decide which direction we want to go in.
Yeah.
But I've heard other people say that God has chosen us from the beginning. God knows there's a specific number of people that God has chosen, that God knows are His. So I mean, God Himself knows that there's people on this planet that aren't fully human.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that all people come from God, but that's not true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true, honey.
Yep.
Because the seed of Satan is here on this earth. That's for sure.
Yep.
I wrote here this could be a connection to the hint of the Antichrist. I was just pondering what the Bible says in the book of Revelation 13:16-18. It says the number of the beast being that of a man, 666. 2 Chronicles 9:13. The wisdom of Solomon. It says, let's see if I can read my handwriting. The weight of gold of King Solomon, King Solomon, received every year was 666 talents of gold. So he was very wealthy, and here is this let's see, calculated number. It says once more in our scripture. So where else do we see abundant wealth and gold in today's modern era? And might I begin by stating that Solomon said, let's see, Arabian, and it's translated to Solomon. So what I'm saying is Prince Solomon, Mohammed bin Salman. Okay, his last name, Solomon, and it's Arabian, but it translates over to Solomon, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. His name is Mohammed bin Salman, and he's very popular and among his own people, attempting to help modernize his own country. And I put he has something for Saudi. Oh, he's advocated for Saudi Arabian women to be able to get driver's licenses, wanting his people to progress. And this is where I was just factors that I was pointing out that he could be the Antichrist. He's the king, and he'll be the king of the biggest trading partner. And he's loved by them also. And China loves him as well. And they're allies with the USA right now at this moment. And the Bible states that it will be a prince to sign the peace treaty. And Israel, let's see, right now, that they'll advocate after 3.5 years. But he's friendly with Israel right now and Rome. And there's some more information. This prince, whom is very much liked by the world, a great speaker, and handsome. And so, anyway, it just there's a lot of stuff I found here that point to that he could possibly be one. And you were talking about the three kings, the three wise men. Remember, Tina, yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you this: the three wise men, okay, They are also known as Mabus, which is an anagram that was left by it was what's his name? Freaking Nostradamus. Nostradamus said Mabus was a name for the Antichrist as well, right? Mabus. Well, the three magi, the name of the magi also is Mabus. And when they went and took those gifts to Jesus, they were actually going to see, they were going to meet their when somebody comes up against you, what's it called? Your opponent? You know, they were basically going to meet Jesus because they were going to meet their opponent.
The opposition.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was left, let's see, restrictions on wisdom. Let's see, jobs. Anyway, the Magi, the Mabus, you know, they would sit around and they would ponder things and look into the future. Let's see, what else did I have on the Magi? Yeah, but that was kind of funny whenever you said that. You know, when you talked about the three wise men, because I remember writing some stuff down on the Magi. Yeah, but they're also known as Mabus. I don't know how that relates to King Solomon, but it does somehow. I've skipped around now.
Now, King Solomon's treasure has never been found, has it?
I don't know.
No, it's not.
That is so weird. You would think with all
There's been 7 temples found, but not his tomb.
wow.
And the main temple that is talked about in the Bible has yet to be found.
Wow.
You know, when we talk about chimeras, you know, a chimera, you know, being something created. Well, you know, a chimera also means an illusion.
Yeah.
It means a dream, a delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Fire breathing. Yeah, that's another word for it. Goat's body. That's a chimera. Which all goes back to Satan.
Yeah.
It's just some of my notes. But see, this is why I have a hard time reading my notes because I scribble this stuff down with chicken scratch. See? That's not my regular handwriting, but when I'm writing real fast, I can't read my own handwriting. I mean, it's bad. It's real bad, okay?
Yeah, I got chicken scratch writing too.
Here's where Jonathan Click said, I have said you are gods, all of you. Every one of you are children of something. The supreme most high God. Yep. So
And we
that right
fell.
there tells you you're angels, you're fallen.
Yep, and this suit here, right here, is the change of darkness that God put us in.
Well, I mean, if you think about where the state we're in right now, you think about the state we're in right now, and you think about how everything's breaking down, all the crap's happening. We don't know. This could be our hell. This could be us being refined right now, being taught to learn lessons, you know, for what we did.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Yep.
Tina, I gotta warn you, be careful about your sense of humor, because you know mine.
I don't care. You can say what you want.
This is our suit of evil, our suit of what mankind's become. Yeah, I'll agree with you, but at the same time, don't need it.
Wearing a meat suit, I'll tell you that.
There you
go. Yep.
Well,
it's on YouTube.
You know, we don't know anything. All we know is what stuff that we've come across, but we don't know how much of it has been polluted, how much of it's convoluted, how much of it's made up. You know, all I can do is hold steadfastly to what I know in my heart. You know.
yeah. And what I know in my heart, Jesus Christ came down here and died on the cross for our sins, man.
You know?
And I hold steadfast to that.
Yeah, I'll never change. I'll never. That's something that's going to endure to the end. I'll
Yeah.
never change my heart. You know, because Jesus is my heart.
The
Amen.
blood of Christ flows through all our hearts. Doesn't
You know,
matter
I mean,
what our humor is or how stupid we happen to be. The Christ of blood flows through all of our hearts.
well, you know, I've had a lot of people come on and give the reasons, state the reasons why they're atheists, and literally the stuff they said makes so much sense. You know, but I don't believe the way they believe. Okay, but the way they describe it and the way they put it, you know, the way you could make something up and then feel it inside because of your conscience or whatever. I mean, they state their point and they state it really well, but it still would never make me turn away from what I've known my entire life. You know,
Me
Right.
too.
Right.
I mean,
One
because
thing-
how do they explain the Holy Spirit? Period.
One thing I don't get, with the atheist argument, they say there's no evidence of anything that happened in the Bible.
There is evidence.
I know. It's like there's evidence of Pharaoh's chariot in the Dead Sea.
They lie and they say there's no historical record, but there is historical record.
Noah's Ark. There's evidence of Sodom and Gomorrah. There's a lot of
Troy.
Yeah, there's even evidence of Nebuchadnezzar.
Yep.
Yeah, the Temple of Baal. Well, there's still evidence of that, even though ISIS tried to destroy it, what was
Yeah.
left of it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, if you look at the old footage of that place, it's like, you could see it was destroyed like a long time ago. And it goes back to the Book of Daniel. That's evidence of it connecting.
I think there's also a lot more evidence that's being concealed from us as well, guys.
Oh yeah.
You know. Hey, you guys, check this out. Everyone is a moon. They have a dark side in which they show no the dark side of the moon. Cricket.
I'm not sure what to say to that one. But we also have to look at the temple that they just got done doing the second stage of restoration on.
They made the third temple already in Brazil. You know that, right? They've already,
thought it was
built the third temple in Brazil, which tells you they know something we don't know. That wasn't for practice.
I thought it was France.
No, in Brazil.
You sure it's in Brazil?
I'm positive.
Because I heard it was France.
Well, they may have one in France as well, but I know for sure that they already finished one over in Brazil. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We
Dan-
can also
Sacrifice
look
they've been
at
doing recently.
the other piece of evidence is the temple of Jesus is supposedly buried at in Israel, where the Christians and Jews are fighting over it so hard. The Muslims, of all people,
The Dome of the Rock.
the key to the
They're all
door
fighting over
in
that
the
spot.
temple.
That's a key piece of land right there that everybody's fighting over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Except the Muslims. The Muslims got their chunk they want control over. They don't care about where the burial ground of Jesus is. They don't
Oh, I'm
care
talking
about
about
it.
the
They don't
dome.
want it.
I was talking about the Dome of the Rock.
Oh, dumb. Yeah. So am I.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when
Dome
it
of
comes
the
to
Rock.
the Dome of the
Yeah.
Rock,
The Muslims don't want anything to do with it. But they hold the key to it to keep the
Well, they've
Christians
got it
and
all blocked
Jews
off.
from fighting over it.
If the Jews go down in the tunnels, that they've freaking got it all blocked off where they can't get to it. It's heavily guarded, you know.
But the Christians can't get in either. Unless
That's what I'm saying. They can't. Nobody can because the Muslims have it blocked off.
no,
I've seen-
the Israelites and the Christians agreed to let the Muslims have the key. To
I
keep
don't know about
the
but I know that-
Christians and the Israelites from fighting over it.
Well, there's not a key to get in down there. It's literally rocked off. There's big stones,
Yeah.
big rocks.
yeah, the big
But the whole building itself is the whole temple of the rock, the entire structure around it, the entire temple built over the temple of the rock.
Right.
Because it's a building over a building, over a
Right.
building on top of a catacomb.
Well,
The Muslims have the key to the outer door.
the real temple was in David's section.
Yeah.
In his land, because where the Temple of the Rock or whatever that place is right there.
The Dome of the Rock.
That was the Dome of the Rock, correct? That was the old Roman fort.
I thought that was the burial spot for
That
Jesus.
belonged here in David's land.
But I thought that was the tomb of Jesus as well there.
That is the tomb of Jesus.
Okay, I thought so.
That is the tomb of Jesus. And Tina's right. That was a Roman fort.
Uh-huh.
But it got turned into Jesus's tomb.
Okay.
Now, how that happened, that is lost in history.
Oh wow! Now see, I didn't know that because I thought that Jesus' tomb was what everybody sees on YouTube. That big where that big round stone is.
No.
Hey, Timmy, keys open doors. Remember that.
Wow.
I've been thinking one thing, you know, it's like they've got all that conflict there. One thing that would stop it is if, like, the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims there all came to agreement and got some archaeologists, you know, some legitimate ones,
Yeah.
or like atheists, no, non-religious, to go in, you know, under like Temple Mount and like video it all, because then it would stop a lot of arguments, you know,
Yeah.
showing everyone what's
It would.
there.
It would.
Well, you know they found the Ark of the Covenant, don't you?
I've heard that.
I've
Oh.
heard
I watched the whole documentary of it.
Yeah, they traced it all the way back to a small temple in Africa.
No,
Well, tell me about it. You know, I want to know.
it was in Israel, and it was actually where Jesus Christ was originally crucified. It's not where everybody thinks he got crucified at. They found the Roman plugs for where they used to put the plugs in, where they put the crosses up. They would take the plugs out and then they put the crosses up. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, right below there, this guy was walking past this big heap. It was like basically a garbage dump. And then all of a sudden, God told him and pointed his finger and said, "There's the Ark of the Covenant right underneath there."
Wow.
Well, he started digging and digging. Well, they found Jesus and the two other dudes' cross things. And then they dug underneath, way down. And then there was a room there, and they had to move the rocks. The dude walked in. There was the Ark of the Covenant in a box, but it was cracked open at the top. The
Well,
blood.
I thought you weren't able to go around the Ark of the Covenant because it would strike you dead.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll tell you this in a second.
Okay.
When the dude thought of that, okay? And
Okay.
he said, "Well, you know what? I'm saved. I'm blessed by Jesus." Right? He touched it. And he actually seen in the Ark of the Covenant the Ten Commandments, the rod of Moses, and the manna that was in there. And he said Jesus' blood was on the mercy seat. Well, he scraped some of that blood off of the top of, you know, where the box was. That blood is still alive.
Wow.
One white chromosome, and the other was.
Dude. Okay, sweetie. Love you. Sorry about that. What?
But the Ark of the Covenant, when he did that, he scraped the blood off.
Uh-huh.
They, you know, the people didn't know that it was Jesus's blood. Okay. And they said, "Dude, man, this ain't right." They said, first of all, there's only one Y chromosome for the father, and then the 20, I think it was 23 or 24 chromosomes for the mother.
Uh-huh.
And then they said, but this person ain't dead.
I get it.
And then he says, well, you know what? That's your Savior's blood there that you're looking at. And that, I guess that person went, oh my God.
Eternal being.
Yep.
Can you post like that video in our Hangouts?
Really, I'd like to see that too.
Yeah, it's in YouTube somewhere.
What's this?
Oh.
Yeah, you can find that video in your viewing history and post that.
You see this?
Yeah, it's a little blurry, but yeah.
Yeah, I could see it barely. What is it? Bless?
Bible. Believer's instruction before leaving Earth.
Oh, wow. You got that decorated beautifully.
So I just drew it real fast so you can see it. I just doodled that on there.
Huh.
Yeah.
I see staring in shadow.
Yeah, he's moving around.
What
He had to
you
go
doing?
find the arrow. I don't know. It's hard to tell what Theron's doing. I mean,
I
he's
know.
doing one thing and all of a sudden he's doing something else. And then
Yeah.
he's climbing around doing something else together.
Because I could hear like scratching sound. It's one of the fuckers moving the bins again, and they've just got the scare of their life.
Oh, wow.
Because they
You
just
know
saw
what,
this
Doc?
face looking through the window at them, holding the knife off my kitchen, off my sink.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
I just went like this at the window with the knife.
While wearing all your cloud makeup, that made him run.
Hey, you know what? What we were just talking about earlier with Peanut, check this out. It says ghost of the dead, okay? Shades and spirits are the Raphaim. Hebrew Strong's Concordance, Job 26:5. So this answers exactly what we're talking about. The Raphaim are the dead things, and the dead things are the disembodied spirits of the giants, which are the demons. So that tells you right here what a ghost is. Isn't that funny how I just came across this in my book?
Yep.
It says dead things are formed from under the waters and inhabitants of the earth, the giants or Rapha. That's Job 26:5.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before you came on, Tina, and Peanut was questioning it. And here's his answer right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Go figure.
Talked about it on another stream too about the giants and being spirits.
Because they chose to believe a lie, God delivers them unto believe the lie. Fallen angels are also called archons, watchers. They are many different forms of angels with many names. Aliens did not create mankind. They were fallen angels who mixed their seed with all of God's creation to corrupt his man and all of creation. They were no longer as everything according to its kind. Being mixed up, they became more and more evil. And it says cannibals, sons of the snake, the Nakash, the shining one, the reptile. Yeah, these are notes that I took some other time. Sometimes I come across these notes and I don't even remember writing them. It's so strange.
Yeah. Hey, I hate to do this to everybody, but I gotta go.
Okay, yeah, I'm fixing to have to cut it off too. My granddaughter's here.
Well, that we're also getting close to the time where Dan's gonna stream.
Oh, and listen to this. Psalm 88:10. Would you show wonders to the dead? Shall the dead rise and praise the Salah? And it says Proverbs 2:18. For her house and cleaneth unto dead to death, and her passing to the dead, Raphaim. And then, but he knoweth not that the dead are there, and her guests are in the depth of hell. It's a woman that's serving the dead.
No, man.
Proverbs 9:8. So yeah, my answer for Peanut's going to be right here in these notes. I'll keep reading and find it and give it to him. Yeah, the man that wandereth out of the way of slandering shall remain in the congregation of the dead, the Raphaim. That's Proverbs 21:16. Okay, Jason, if you need to go, I'll shut up and let you go, honey.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, thank you for
Everybody
joining
have a
us.
great night.
Love you. Tell Debs I
I
said
wanna
okay.
Hey, Debbie loves you. Debbie
Y'all
loves
come
everybody.
back now, you hear?
And before I go, I want to say thank you to everybody that showed up in the chat room tonight. I want to thank everybody for all the thumbs up this stream's gotten.
Woo.
You people rock.
Yes, you
Don't
did.
like
All
You're
the thumbs down, motherfucker.
You're number one.
Everybody give a thumbs down.
There you
But
go.
all the thumbs up, people. Y'all
That's for the
rock.
trolls.
You're
That's for the
cool.
trolls and the trolls.
That's the goal.
Thumbs up, people are awesome. Thumbs down, people. Come over to my channel next time I'm doing a live stream. We'll go toe to toe.
There you
I'll
go.
do an invite. And y'all come in.
Well, you know you're always welcome to be you on this stream because it's our stream. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, but I gotta watch myself due to the fact that I've got a bad habit of getting flagged. I don't want you getting flagged because of me.
Yeah. Yeah. It
You
is
know,
what
I
it is.
just looked at myself in the picture on StreamYard, and it, you know, I said, especially if you look like the same character they use on the Anonymous mask. I know who I'm going for Halloween. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Love you, Jason.
You too,
Love
Jason.
you, love you, honey.
Love you.
He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun whenever Jason's around, you know.
Yeah. But you know
And-
what?
What's that?
Everybody, you know, just like these people that hunt ghosts, they're not hunting ghosts, they're hunting demons
Yeah.
and that. Or they're hunting familiar spirits.
Yeah.
You know what those are, right?
Yeah.
Demons that act like
Family members.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that happen when I got trapped on that land out there in Hunt County. You know, because I actually saw my grandpa waving at me when I went to look at that land, and I just knew that that was the place I needed to be, and it wasn't my grandpa.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So a lot of times I say, well, you know, what are ghosts? You know, who are, like I say, who are we to know, you know, what happens in the transition between life and death? Because, you know, the Bible does contradict itself because it does say to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord. And then there's other places like what I'm looking for right now where it talks about the dead being aware when they're in the ground, you know, because they're pondering, they're wondering, they're thinking, they're asking God how much longer, you know, until they can get out of the ground. So, you know, which is it? I mean,
I'm just thinking of something.
Oh, go ahead, Darian.
I know there's a verse, I'm looking for it at the moment. It says, like, second death, referring that people can have multiple deaths.
yeah, they will experience the second death if they're not deemed worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. It's Revelation 21:8.
Uh-huh.
But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when the great judge is going to take place right there.
Yeah.
This right here is in Jude, okay? It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities of like men are giving themselves unto fornication until strange flesh are set forth. Let's see here, and they're suffering the damnation of eternal fire. Likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, deprise the dominion, and speak evil of dignitaries. And it says, Michael the archangel, when dealing with the devil about the body of Moses, did not bring accusation against him. And he said, see, this is where the Michael the archangel questioned whether it was even Moses' body, because he felt like Moses had been possessed by the devil. Okay. That's why Moses transformed in his looks. He was shining and he grew horns and he had to hide his face because he was scaring all of them. Okay. He said, the Lord rebuke you, which speak evil of the things they know not, what they know naturally. Excuse me. As brute beasts, and those things they corrupt themselves. And it says brute beast isn't just speaking of fallen men. It refers to entities. Let's see. Who into them from they have gone the way of Cain. This stuff is upon us now. Take heed, take warning. These entities are all around us always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I got some pretty good notes here, but I just have a hard time reading them.
You
Yeah.
do got really good notes, huh?
I told you, you need to keep you some notebooks laying around. And see here, it says, what is lust? It's the appetite of demons expressed through humans. Yep.
That's it.
Yep. That's pretty deep right there in itself.
That's very deep.
The appetite of demons expressed through humans. Wow. My puppies are crying. Hey, come here. They're wanting to get out and go with the kids.
So I've just noticed something. I just checked the chat, on the YouTube page.
What happened, babes?
Yeah, you didn't add me as a moderator of the day because it's not showing up.
I did add you as a moderator. You were supposed to be my only moderator.
Yeah, if you go on it now, it's still live, on your YouTube channel in a separate tab. And scroll your mouse over the right-hand side of the comments. You'll get 3 dots. And it's when you click on that, it gives you the option at the bottom, to add moderator. That's the easy way of doing it.
Are you talking about on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and do that right quick while we're still talking. I'll get on the other computer and do it. Listen to this. I put every purpose. Every person has a plan. Every person has a purpose. Smile more, worry less.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Something else I wrote down from somewhere. Okay, so what do I need to put on my own live stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the easy way of doing it.
Okay, I found myself. I'm live now. Let me click on it. Let me mute my thing. Dang, I look pretty nasty. I need to get off the computer. I need to get off the camera.
You're pretty. Stop it.
See here. Let me go on down.
Oh, there's the skull. What? It's lighting your face up too. That's wicked, man. That just looks scary.
Okay. Look, okay, now I'm off the camera. All right, let's see. Therian, there's 3 dots. Boom. Okay, so add moderator. I see it, Therian. Okay, good deal.
Oh, wait. How do you do that again?
You just go to your chat and click on the 3 dots. Okay. Got it. All right. I did it, Darian.
Well, when I do a stream on mine, I want to put Therian and you, and I think
Yeah.
Therian and you and Kim is the moderator on mine.
Well, you're not in my chat right now, or I'd stick you as a mod, Tina.
Oh, it's still not showing up where bench.
Well, I clicked on you.
Oh, in Hangouts or
On
No,
YouTube
you go to YouTube.
okay,
You go to YouTube.
a Yubatube,
YouTube.
a Yubatuba.
Yuba go to YouTube. That's like a Fat Albert. You know that
Yeah,
one.
just
Yeah.
put it so it's sharing screen.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Honey Ann's, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, if you click share screen on StreamYard, I
Uh-huh.
can show Tina.
All right, hang on. I'm dealing with 2 computers here. Just 1 second. Okay, there we
Because
go.
I've got it set. Yeah. Yeah, see here, Tina. Like there's these 3 dots where the mouse cursor is. Like where chat is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you click on them, it'll give you a little box and it has like several options in it. Then you click on where it says add moderator on the person you pick. Click
Okay,
it.
well, I'm not on my channel right now, so it says go to
No,
channel.
you don't need to be on your channel. You need to be on mine.
Yeah, I'm basically just showing you now. It's like that's where you click
Okay.
when you're on like a live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, you go like right now. While we're sitting here right now, you would go ahead and click on my channel on YouTube since I'm live. You know,
Right.
like if it's me adding the moderator, click on my channel because I'm live, and then you go over to the chat, and on the chat to the right side of the people that are in your chat, there's 3 little dots, and if you left click on those 3 dots with the mouse, it'll pop up and it'll say this stuff. Okay, it says go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, and then add moderator or remove moderator. You just click right there, add moderator.
It says on mine. It says go to channel, report, and block. That's only.
Yeah, well, you have to wait till you're live.
Oh, when I'm live
Yeah,
on my stream. Okay, that's
yeah. Okay. There we
I'm
go.
there.
Man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut this off because I'm starving. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I gotta go get me something to eat.
All right, ma'am.
Yep. I can't believe we didn't have that many people in chat today. Usually we have at least 6 or 7, 8 people. Guess everybody was busy doing their own thing.
We can always do another stream later if you want.
Cool beans. Yeah, I mean that sounds good. Maybe after Dan gets through with his.
Well, you know, I'm up for it too, so just let me know.
All
Give me-
right. Okay. Well, let me get my grandkids in bed when I get them to sleep. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. It was fun. Thank you for joining me, Tina and Darian. I love you guys. You're awesome. God bless you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Love
Don't
you.
take that makeup. Darian, don't take that makeup off.
And bye everyone in chat.
Bye, everybody.
I don't think we have anybody in chat. I'm not looking though.
Well, future reference. You never know who's going to show up.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday. Bye-bye.